Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, we should face the future with confidence in who we are and what we stand for, Barack Obama declared last night in the last State of the Union address of his presidency. He insisted the US economy was now the strongest and most durable in the world, but there was no mention of the fact that as the president was speaking, 10 American sailors had been taken captive by Iran. Live now to our Washington correspondent, Kylie Morris. Kylie.
Chris, we'll come back to that incident in Iran in a moment. But firstly, there's a tendency, I think, for this final State of the Union address of any president, for it to become a bit of a laundry list of great achievements. There was a bit of that last night, but at times, in truth, it felt more like a campaign speech, if not for Barack Obama, then at least for a kind of democratic vision of the future of the United States. Remember, there is a very vocal Republican campaign underway at the moment to replace Barack Obama, with angry white men really dominating the airwaves. This was Barack Obama pushing back against that idea. However, his effectiveness in doing that has really been undermined, it must be said, by this Iranian incident. These 10 American sailors who have now been released, but certainly it's problematized this idea that the State of the Union was going to be Barack Obama kind of writing his own legacy.
The President of the United States.
For the 8th and last time, President Barack Obama glad-handed his way into the House chamber.
And for this final one, I'm going to try to make it a little shorter. I know some of you are anxious to get back to Iowa.
Back in Iowa on the campaign trail, Republicans like Donald Trump and Ted Cruz are delivering lectures on a broken and impoverished America, a vision Barack Obama rejects.
Anyone claiming that America's economy is in decline is peddling fiction.
Instead, the Democratic leader took a tone as bright as the First Lady's marigold dress, explaining why America was always right to believe in him and should continue to believe in itself.
I told you earlier, all the talk of America's economic decline is political hot air. Well, so is all the rhetoric you hear about our enemies getting stronger and America getting weaker. Let me tell you something. The United States of America is the most powerful nation on earth. Period. Period. It's not even close.
The chiefs of staff sat stony-faced, but perhaps they were thinking of this. American sailors on bended knee, detained by Revolutionary Guard just hours before the State of the Union address after their patrol boats strayed into Iranian waters. If these images, broadcast on Iranian television of awkward moments over flatbread, were deflating to the exceptionalism the president described, the interviews were humiliation itself.
It was a mistake. That was our fault, and we apologize for our mistake.
How was the Iranian behavior with you?
The Iranian behavior was fantastic while we were here. We thank you very much for your hospitality.
The sailors have now been released, but for many Americans, the images will deliver proof Barack Obama has made America weak.
When I see pictures of them with their arms up in the air and guns pointed at them, I wouldn't exactly say that's friendly. But they're not going to keep them because they want to pick up their $100 billion for a deal that they gave nothing on.
But the chief U.S. negotiator for the Iran deal says it's the trust won during those negotiations that has brought about such a quick and peaceful outcome.
Building that relationship has meant that when there's an incident like our sailors being detained by Iran, we can resolve it quickly, and that is obviously quite crucial.
Barack Obama cites last year's nuclear deal as one of his greatest achievements, but it is also one that has helped to drive Americans further apart.
It's one of the few regrets of my presidency that the rancor and suspicion between the parties has gotten worse instead of better.
His is a bitter acknowledgement that policies on Iran, healthcare and gay marriage may have entrenched the divide the president came to office promising to heal. But for his vision, his brand of aspirational leadership, he made no apology.
I believe in change because I believe in you, the American people. And that's why I stand here as confident as I have ever been that the state of our union is strong. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
And as a footnote, I should just say that the formal Republican response to that State of the Union address was delivered by the South Carolina Governor, Nikki Haley. Now, she's an interesting kind of rising star within the Republican Party. She's the daughter of Indian immigrants. And as well as criticizing Barack Obama, as you would expect, she singled out the shrill voices within the Republican Party who are taking a very tough line on immigration. Now, that means she was talking about Donald Trump, she was talking about Ted Cruz. The question is whether or not that kind of criticism can cut through against them at this very late stage.
Kylie Morris in Washington.
I've been getting away with it all my